How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I had something on my mind, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna share it with the people, and give me your perspective in the comment section. I'm live here on Instagram, but I'm gonna put the video on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and all that good stuff. But anyways, um, I was having a conversation, in-depth conversation with my mother today, and actually, this is the beauty of being able to talk to your elders and whatnot, and respect their not only respect their opinion and whatnot, and have them respect your opinion, but to get their perspective and whatnot, because they're survivors of generations that were a much rougher time for them and whatnot. So I have a lot of respect for the older generation, especially, and I even told her I have a great respect for my grandparents' generation because I'm a millennial, and my great grandparents' generation, because to me, they not only worked harder from a physical standpoint and a mental standpoint, but because they had more of an ownership culture back then, not just from a fancy car, motorcycle, overpriced house, but they believed in passing land down, houses down with no mortgages, and passing down businesses at the same time, or even some bonds, maybe some stock, things of that nature. Insurance policies. They were very frugal, but they were very financially conscious. And this was a time during, people didn't have the internet and things of that nature. And when it came to who they spent their money with, they spent their money with who they were appreciated by. So if they went into a store, that's what I said, there's no point of marching and whatnot, and just like putting something on. If you're gonna put something on social media saying don't shop at this place because the business isn't the best, give an alternative. The service is the worst, always have an alternative. It's like, because complaining with no solution is just crying, in my personal opinion. A lot of people, especially in the social media age, they love to complain, but when it comes to a solution, they don't want one. Or if they are giving an alternative, they don't want to go towards that because it might mean a little bit more work, from opening a bank account with somebody else, from having to do a little bit more searching on the internet in regards to shopping elsewhere where your money's appreciated. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, because that's why I'm actually glad the election's over with, inauguration's over with, so we can get back to work. Because who you do business with, and who you bank with will always hold more power than who you vote for. I don't care what side you're on when it comes to the political spectrum. That's irrelevant to me. But I will say that, okay? Because, great example, I just came from Food Line, okay? If Food Line gave me horrible service and made me feel like a piece of crap, I would not only put out on the internet, yeah, don't shop at Food Line for these XYZ reasons. Go to Safeway for XYZ reasons and whatnot, because their service is better for these specific reasons. And maybe even because the CEO supports these specific causes, from HBCUs to other minority or black owned businesses and things of that nature. So that's a great because Netflix, gave actually donated money and whatnot to a lot of historically black colleges and whatnot, and are actually helping fund specific ventures with other African American businesses and whatnot. So hey, whatever their agenda is irrelevant and whatnot. When you can get access to capital, it holds a lot more power than a powerful speech. That's my mindset. That's where I'm at in life. You talking capital, you talking my language. You talking speeches, you bore me. But this isn't nothing, like I said, nothing against the civil rights generation. I got a lot of love and respect for them. But we live in the business financial empowerment generation now. That's what it's about. Okay. So and that's just basically what I had on my mind. It's just like, there's no need to hate anybody. There's no need to get loud and all that. And just when you spend your dollars elsewhere, people will feel that, without you making a social media post, without you going crazy and trying to destroy anything. People will notice when your money is going elsewhere. That's why when certain events happen, when even if anything takes place from a discrimination standpoint, if it's put out there loud enough, reconciliation is going to be put into perspective. Why? Because for the simple reason that if that business is hurt by bad, great example, by any bad karma or bad promotion or whatnot, they're going to feel it. Their shareholders are going to feel it, and they're going to be like, "Hey, how do we spend this? How do we get rid of this?" Okay, that is a great example in my personal opinion. Like when the NFL thing with Kaepernick happened, they did their darndest, like, because they were. I don't watch football, so I don't care. But the NFL was doing their darndest to to get away from the negativity of the Colin Kaepernick situation, and they did their best to work in conjunction with people like a Jay-Z and various others and whatnot to and I believe they tried to give him another shot. That's the most I know about it, because like I said, I don't watch football, so I can't really comment on that. But it was a lot of negative press surrounding the NFL during that time, so they had to do what they had to do, and that's what it is. So, it's no reason to get mad at anything of that nature when you have options to where you can spend your money or where you can live at and whatnot. I think that's a very beautiful thing. And then when people start filling in their pockets, when a post on social media is irrelevant sometimes, at times, not gonna say always, without any action behind it. Let's put it like that, okay? And because the saddest thing is, I think with the way that the economy is being reset right now, we're seeing a time period in which where they're calling it a new reset. And since there's a specific reset with the economy and how money is going to be made and how jobs are going to be actually put out there and whatnot, you might have, like you had back in 2007, 2008, you might have a generation of lost wealth and whatnot. For a lot of families, there's a lot of lost wealth because of lack of insurance, life insurance policies on any level, lack of passing down real estate, lack of passing down stocks and bonds, and a lack of passing down real estate or business, period. It's like you've had too many generations of people having to start from square one, especially with, in America, we have more of an individualistic mindset, unlike the immigrant community. So we have more situations to where people, when they leave high school, they leave college, they leave the military, they have $0 or maybe $50 to their name. And that's pretty sad, and it's just because the family unit is not talking business. They're not, like, I put a post on social media the other day, family business is better than family competition. Okay. So my mindset is, if you have a fancy toy, you got a fancy car, you got a fancy house, and you barely got anything to keep your your bank account open and whatnot, and you can't pull money from other resources outside of your job, then I honestly, in 2021, I don't know what you're doing. I'm just going to keep it real, because the one stream of income is the new poor. People aren't realizing that. One stream of income is becoming the new poor. Because once again, I've said this multitude occasions, you have a multitude of celebrities who have multiple streams of income. They might be an actor, actress, football player, basketball player, and whatnot, but their mindset is, I'm making millions of dollars on this one stream of income, but how can I figure out another specific way to make other money moves and whatnot so that I can have multiple streams of income? Because I know I can't be a singer forever, a rapper forever. I can't play basketball or football forever. That's just what it is. That's the God's honest truth. But some people don't want to look at it that way, and that's fine, because a lot of people think that, the new year being that the way it is, and they think that, they're getting extended the benefits in regards to unemployment and all that good stuff, that it's going to last forever. And always bear in mind, family, nothing lasts forever, because if it did, then none of us would ever die, okay? So I'm not trying to be Mr. Doom and Gloom. I'm trying to be real positive, and just because, like I said, back in 2007 and 2008, you had a loss of generational wealth. People lost their homes. People's 401ks were gone. People's jobs were gone. Those are the three main things that took away a generation of wealth and whatnot. Like I said, throw the political nonsense to the side, because we know the economy is like a merry-go-round. It goes up and down, and that's what it is, okay? Regardless of who's in office, it goes up and down. Get this who's in office thing out of your mindset, because rich people, like, okay, they adjust how they do things, whoever gets elected in office, but they still pursue. Shout out to Elon Musk. Shout out to Jeff Bezos. Shout out to, Mark Zuckerberg. Shout out to Warren Buffett. I could keep going on, of the people who still make money moves regardless of who's in office. I'm just saying. And regular working people still have to do what they have to do regardless of who's in office. Whether you like the person or not is becoming more relevant. It's, what are you doing? Who are you spending your money with? Who are you banking with? Do you have all these fancy toys but barely anything to keep your account open and whatnot? Do you have any rainy day funds? Are you trying to figure out different ways? The people in your circle, what are the conversations that you guys are having on a regular basis and whatnot? Because I tell people all the time, I get very bored with basic conversations. I really do. Talking about celebrities, unless it's about economics, is a very basic thing. Talking about sports is a very basic thing. Not saying I'm better than anybody that likes to do that. I'm saying if I can't do that for hours, because it doesn't do anything for my mental. capacity and whatnot. A lot of times, and a lot of people tell you they feel like you're losing brain cells when you're dealing with a certain amount of people because the conversation isn't uplifting. That's why, to quote Damon Dash, he doesn't like to be around people who complain without having a specific solution because it doesn't elevate his brain, the real estate in his brain and whatnot. I like to be around people that want to help elevate the real estate in my brain, and I want to try to elevate real estate in other people's brain. Okay, that's my mindset when I engage with people. That's why I keep my circle small and people I deal with on a regular basis small, because I want us to all elevate each other on all levels. Don't care where you live at, don't care where you come from, don't care what you're political, religious, all that. If you're a decent person, you're all right in my book. That's all I care about. Okay? If you're a good law-abiding citizen, you're about handling your business and taking care of your family and yourself, then you're all right in my book. But let's elevate each other. The time of tearing down each other is definitely over with. That's dead. Like I say, I don't do drama, I do business. That's my hashtag, okay? I don't do drama, I do business. And that doesn't just mean me selling you something and me buying something from you. We can have that good old social capital together while we try to help elevate each other on a regular basis. But that's all I got to say. I don't want a new generation of wealth to be lost with people if they don't realize that we are in a time frame where you can elevate yourself on so many levels just by utilizing your cell phone. Whether it's you joining the Gold Standard GS Partners with me, or we're buying cryptocurrency, whether even though crypto's down, and you're referring others to do the same thing, whether you're doing stocks, whether you're doing real estate, if we can elevate each other just with information, that's good enough for me, okay? Because it's just about looking out for each other on a regular basis. Hating is for people that have too much time on their hands. That's how I look at it. Negativity is for people that have too much time on their hands. People that want to talk about what happened 20 years ago all the time and nothing else, they got too much time on their hands. So let's not only enjoy the present, but let's look forward to the future all at the same time. Do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Check out the online store. Definitely don't forget to support your own not only online businesses, but your small family businesses. Thanks again for the Cash Apps and the PayPal's donations. It's always greatly appreciated. And I hope that with this new year, we continuously start elevating each other and being more positive with each other, no matter what the situation is, because we are all we have at the end of the day, whether you want to believe it or not. All right. So take care. Remember, make money moves or live broke like a fool. Take care.